Yo, y'all know what it is. Chris Jones.
Ike Barron, welcome to Spoken
It's
Minds.
time. Welcome back to Spoken Minds. It's Thirsty Thursday. If y'all tuning in, having your nice drink after work or having your dinner, thank you for being here with us. As always, like, subscribe, and sharing is caring.
Jones, before we get started, man, I need everybody, man, to wish my boy a happy birthday. Yesterday was his birthday.
That's right.
My man's getting up there in age.
Yeah, man.
He's trying to catch up with me. But yeah, make sure y'all wish him a happy birthday, man.
38 years old,
He's a good
man.
dude, man.
38 years old, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, birthday was yesterday, 38, man. Another trip around the sun. Glad to be here. Glad on this movement we making and this journey we on, man.
Yes, sir.
And we glad to be here with these Spoken Mind fans.
All right, let's get it kicked
Let's
off.
get back to it, man. We got college football going on. Y'all know what time it is, man. Big games this week. We got Alabama Crimson Tide playing another powerhouse in the SEC. On the other side, the SEC East, the Florida Gators. Both of them 2-0, both of them undefeated. I'm very excited about this game.
I don't think it's a big game.
You don't think it's a big game?
No, I'm dead serious, man. I think Alabama is going to blow them out.
Woo! You think Alabama's going to roll?
Yeah, man, listen. Florida got concerns with their quarterback situation, man.
They do.
Emory Jones, I'm not sold yet, man.
Okay.
You know,
It's one of them
in
things.
in two games he's thrown for 264 yards,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
And if you throwing interceptions, turning the ball over on teams that's not that good,
You're right.
and now you coming to play Alabama, who is
That
good.
They're that good. They are that good.
You're
I
gonna
gotta agree with you on that, man.
Florida relies. They rely on the running game.
They do rely on the running game.
You're not gonna run the ball like that on Alabama. Them
Alabama-
guys are too big to clog up the holes.
They do, man.
And
They
they're
really
and they're fast, man.
They're
Like,
big and fast, man. One thing about Alabama, they lose a lot of players, and they always just reload.
Oh yeah, it's reload.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
This year's Alabama team though,
It's tough.
it's like usually we say Alabama, but then you like what teams like Clemson and other teams are like right there close to them, but this year to
Alabama's
me,
rolling.
I think Alabama's here and the next
And it starts
the
with
next tier is like
It
down
starts
here.
with their quarterback play. That's what it starts with. Usually any kind of wrinkle in Alabama's offense has always been the quarterback play. They usually don't have a good quarterback. You know they got the running game. You know they got the defense. But now they got Bryce Young, and he is legit. Bryce Young is legit. Probably the Heisman front-runner candidate. He's very poised in his first start.
Yeah, well,
But they are traveling to the swamp.
But you got to think though, bro. He gets a lot because he gets to sit back and no
Sit back
one
and
gets
watch.
close to him
Yeah.
because that offensive line
It's legit.
is amazing.
It's legit, man. It is tough, but
Give
he
me
is going to the swamp, and I think he ain't never been in an environment like the swamp. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I think it's going to come down to the final possession.
Ooh.
Give
Give me a score.
I say 37-30 Alabama.
37.
And I'm very, and that could be iffy, man. I mean, I'm not sold on Alabama winning because one thing Alabama and Nick Saban has had wrong in the past, they have problems with running quarterbacks. This Florida team ain't like Miami. Miami has, King can run, but they don't have the athletes. Florida has the athletes. If those quarterbacks, they play 2 quarterbacks. If their quarterbacks can somehow get on the outside of the defensive ends and start creating, that could cause problems for Alabama.
Hey man, I remember we was talking about Alabama against Miami.
Yeah.
And you didn't agree with me then.
I did not agree with you then.
You making that same mistake again this week.
Well, we both was wrong because I didn't see a blowout like that.
I mean,
You said 19?
I said 14.
14.
I said 14 against Miami.
It looked like
I
it
was
was wrong.
I was wrong. It ended up
We
being
was
a
both-
lot more.
I think it was our combined points together. wasn't it?
But I'm gonna tell you this. In this game, I have Alabama 41, Florida 20.
Woo! That's a lot. In the swamp.
I really think
y'all
it's
tell us what
and
y'all
it could,
think about this
It
game.
could even be worse than that.
He is underestimating Florida a lot because
It's not that I'm underestimating Florida.
2 teams you don't
It's-
underestimate. You don't underestimate Florida in the swamp, And for my BTG and Spoken Mind fans, as y'all seen from my bet last time, you don't bet on Boise State and the Blue Turf. Two teams you don't bet against at home.
Hey, man, it's not that I'm underestimating Florida. I think Bama is just that damn good.
Bama's that good.
They are that good. Well, we got to
keep it in the SEC with another SEC team that Bama's going to be playing later. Auburn has a very big game. This is probably the game of the week. Auburn travels to a Big Ten powerhouse, Penn State. Old school. It's an old school game. Auburn, Penn State, old school game. Who you got that game?
Man, this game could go either way to me. I think it's going to be a close game. I am going to go Penn State. I'm going to say Penn State 24, Auburn 21.
It could be a good game, man. Penn State's doing good. I think they're ranked about 10. Auburn is kind of they're kind of low. They're lower than I expected, man. They're ranked 22, which I think is a complete understatement. But one thing about Auburn, man, Auburn's got a lot of veteran leadership experience. Their quarterback, Bo Nix, he's been a starter for the past 3 years. I'm going with Auburn this game because one thing you don't do if you're in SEC country is you don't bet against those teams against the other countries. You don't bet against them. Something about the SEC is different. It's like a mini NFL. Penn State's weakness is their run defense. And Auburn's strength is their run. They're like the best running team in the country. So this is going to be a clash of the Titans. I think Auburn goes up there, comes out with a win. This is going to be a statement game to prepare Auburn back in the title contention. And for all y'all bettors, man, this is also my lock of the week. Of course, they got Penn State favorite. Don't bet against Auburn this game. I look for Auburn to run all over Penn State. Bo Nix has been starting for 3 years. He's not going to make any mistakes. I don't even think this game is going to be close.
Give me a score.
I think this game is going to be 28-17. 28-17. I think this game will be good done, and Penn State will be fighting back in the second half. I think the game will be completely out of reach after the first half.
All right, we shall see.
And we all know that Auburn is good on special teams. We've seen that, historic plays. I think they click on all cylinders, and they get out of there with a good win, man.
We shall see. All right, well, let's keep it with football, but let's move into the NFL.
We had our first week.
That's what I like, the NFL.
We had our first week, man. It was a wild, crazy first week of football. Started off with, of course, Tampa Bay and Dallas with a great opening game of a high-scoring game. Ended with another high-scoring game with the Ravens and the Raiders. First game in Vegas going into overtime. I don't think too many people seen that coming. People love Lamar, but the Raiders snuck out with the win. We got some real good games coming up this week, man.
Oh, yeah.
We got some real good games.
Before we get into this week's games, just a question for you.
Okay.
Give me your biggest surprise, team-wise and player-wise, and your biggest disappointment, team-wise and player-wise.
My biggest surprise game was actually my biggest surprise game and player that I'm going to go with. The biggest surprise was Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. A lot of people are not talking about them. That Tennessee team is legit. And they went into Tennessee and they thumped them boys. Like, that game was completely out of reach. Nobody seen that coming. I didn't see that game. I didn't see that coming.
Listen to this, though. You said not too many people are on them. Me and you sat in here, and I told you that I was on the Cardinals bandwagon.
I mean,
you told me I was crazy.
Well, the thing is,
you said that they were going to finish last in the division.
I mean, and they still can.
They're not going to, man.
Our division's tough now. Our division's tough now. Okay, you can't never bet against the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. And you dang gone sure better not bet against the 49ers. I'm going to tell you that right now. You better not bet against Jimmy Guwap and Stone Cold Kittle. You better not bet against Stone Cold Kittle and Jimmy Guwap. I ain't going down that road. And we also seen what the Rams did. Our division's loaded. But for them to travel into Tennessee, week one, with all the hype that Tennessee has, having Julio Jones, Henry, I mean, that game was completely one-sided.
Hey man, the hype comes from you and Quentin Walker.
Hey,
that's
man,
where the hype for Tennessee comes from.
Hey man, listen, I'm just being honest, man. And then you got to think, Kyler Murray looked like a creative player. If I had to give anybody the MVP, front runner for week 1. I mean, who looks the best? It would have to be Kyler Murray.
He looked great.
He looked throwing and running. He looked very comfortable.
Give me your disappointing team and player.
My disappointing team, obviously, has to be the Packers. And the most disappointing player, obviously, has to be Aaron Rodgers. He just came from winning the MVP. Everybody still holds him in this high regard that he's the best quarterback in the league, and then all they could muster was 3 points. I mean, all you could take me and you out there and get more than 3.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got 3 points. And against the Saints team that he's been playing against his whole entire life, his whole entire NFL career. They look dysfunctional. And what really hurt it was if you heard all the other comments from the other players, Randall Cobb, Jones, this season we're going to be good. Everybody else was hyped. Aaron Rodgers looked like he did not even care out there. He did not look like he didn't even try. He looked like his mind was still on that golf field.
Hey, we're on the same page right now because
Aaron Rodgers did a terrible job.
I think that the Packers was the biggest disappointment, along with Tennessee though, man. Tennessee was
rough.
Disappointment.
Tennessee was rough.
But Arizona's defense is stout, man. Like people aren't giving their defense enough credit.
They did have J.J. Watt.
And you see, they stopped the run. They went up big and they were stopping the run, and once they got up so big, you can't run the ball anymore. You got to throw it trying to get back into the game. So that kept Derrick Henry.
That's really not their identity. One thing you do is when you have a back like Derrick Henry, even if the run game's not working, one thing we've all seen all through the year, all it takes is that one crease for Derrick Henry to run 70, 80 yards, because that big guy, once he gets moving, ain't nobody stopping.
Hey, man, and like I said before, I'm not big on Julio anymore. I thought that he would at least take some pressure.
You wasn't going to be big on Julio anyway. You're a Bucs fan.
It wasn't that. I always thought he was great, but just now he stays injured. He's just not that guy anymore. But surprise teams, I'm going to probably go with the Saints. Because I was down on the Saints going into the season.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm more surprised at them or was it just the Packers just didn't play well? Because it's not like the Saints played great.
Yeah.
It's the Packers played so bad.
Jameis Winston, man, he had 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, but he threw for 140 yards. Like they had a lot of possessions.
He took what the defense
in field position, in great field position.
He took what the defense gave him.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was just so bad of a game for the Packers that I think it made the Saints look better.
A lot of people be down on Jameis Winston, and you being a Bucs fan, though, if Jameis Winston could work on his speeches, stop talking at the podium, get a speech coach, work on that, work on his motivational speeches, and cut back on the turnovers.
It's the turnovers.
He could be an average quarterback.
If it wasn't for the turnovers, listen, his last season in Tampa,
he was balling.
He threw for 5,100 yards.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
All right, now the man threw for 30 interceptions, and I think he had 12 lost fumbles.
Yeah, he's a turnover.
So he turned the ball over like 42 times that year. So Tampa went 7-9.
Yeah.
In the 9 losses, we had 6 losses
right.
that was a touchdown or less. And in those losses, Jameis had 2 or more turnovers in those games. So if he wasn't turning the ball over,
right.
we could have easily won all of those games.
Could have.
And it could have been totally different. If that would have happened, we could have been looking at a 12-4 type of team.
Yep.
And then Brady would have never been in Tampa because Jameis would have got
the then y'all never would have got a championship, and I would have been okay with that. I would be grand okay with that. I wish it would have happened the way you just said it.
Yeah, man.
I wish, man. The football guys would have been with me on that.
Let me tell you something, man.
God.
Let me tell you something, man.
You're telling me a lot for that.
You should be able to hear this.
God.
It feels so good.
I'll be trying not to.
It feels so good to be a grown man. Sipping on your alcohol.
Golly.
Getting something good to eat. and watch your team win a
That's
Super
why I
Bowl.
can't stand Bucks teams, man.
See, you were still wearing pajamas that had the feet in them.
Golly.
That covered your feet and all that. They just sliding and
Y'all
stuff.
ever seen the movie Trading Places? This is what happens when somebody who ain't never won nothing gets something. They don't know how to act. If y'all ain't seen Trading Places, go look at clips and watch what happens at the end.
Hey.
Goodness gracious, man.
Hey, man.
But also on another note, though, we talked about if the Saints are contenders or not. Now, you know I'm the type that like to look at signs, right? Hurricane Katrina happened, and the Saints win the Super Bowl. I ain't going all the way out there about that. But right now, I'm still praying for them people in New Orleans, but they are facing Hurricane Ida. They are having rough times down there. One thing we know about the Saints that happened last time, they all come together and they rally, and they use it as motivation to propel them.
All right.
Do y'all think that's going to happen with the Saints this year? Can they have a shot? Didn't nobody think they had a shot then?
All right.
Could history repeat itself?
All right, Chris Bayless. We're gonna get into
just saying.
he be talking crazy.
Hey man, I'm just saying, man.
Skip Jones
The
or
fans
Chris
can-
Bayless, man,
man.
whichever one you want.
You gotta look at the stars when they align, baby.
He talking crazy.
The stars can align.
All right, let's get into this coming week's
This
games,
coming
man.
week, man, we're gonna
We're
start
gonna
out.
focus on a few games. The first one, man, let's talk about the Cowboys and the Chargers.
I really hate both of these teams. I hate both of these teams. I have my brother, he's a Chargers fan, and I've got a lot of people believing that Justin Herbert is the truth. He's just a rookie. He's not a top 10 quarterback. Let's wait to see what he does. And then you got all these Cowboy fans who still think they're America's team when they don't even belong on TV at all. They should not be on TV at all.
The Cowboys, they came out and they played well against Tampa.
They played okay.
In week one.
They played okay.
I think that, for real, Tampa shot themselves in the foot a lot with some of the turnovers and stuff. The game could have easily went,
Tom Brady pushes the ball down a little bit more.
It could have been a blowout for real if certain things didn't happen. But I do think Dallas did play well to me. But I think they played up to the game because it was the Super Bowl champs and all that.
Dallas does.
I think that we will see the real Dallas team come out this week.
That's what Dallas does, man. Dallas plays to the level of their competition.
Yeah. And I think the Chargers are legit. Their offensive line is great.
Right.
So Justin Herbert gets to sit back in the pocket. He can pick you apart. He got Austin Eckler who
can catch and run.
Who can do it all. He can run the ball. He catch the ball out of the backfield.
He's just a threat. And
they have that guy that arguably the best route runner in football, Keenan Allen. Can't never forget about him. That's a bad boy.
He's bad. I mean, I think this game is a question mark for both teams. Like you said, Cowboys, are they legit? They always. I mean, to be honest with you, the Cowboys they lost Michael Gallup, but even before that loss, they probably had the best receiving trio with CeeDee Lamb.
Wait, what?
Okay, the trio: CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. That trio, I think, is all three.
Did you forget about Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown?
I mean, what was they doing before Tom Brady got there?
What are you talking about? You talking
they
about
was losing. They wasn't doing much. Without Tom Brady, we was just talking about.
Wait a second though.
I don't.
Wait a second. Because Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb.
Amari Cooper was that man. He was that man for the Raiders.
But they were losing.
They was losing, but Amari Cooper.
Don't put no buts after you just
Amari
said that
Cooper,
about.
I think
after
they
you
had
just
the
said
best
that
wide receiver trio.
Man, now you out
and
your
then,
man.
You
man.
crazy. And then listen,
out your man.
CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper are both true number one type receivers. Any other team that CeeDee Lamb would be on, he would be the number one guy.
So you telling me that Chris?
Wait
a second. You telling me that Chris Godwin and Mike Evans aren't true number one receivers?
Mike Evans is a great deep route. I think he's great deep. I think he's decent. I think if CeeDee Lamb was on that team, he would be the number one receiver.
Listen, man.
CeeDee Lamb would be our number one receiver if he was over. Would he? Would he not?
How many yards CeeDee Lamb had?
How
many yards he have last year?
He was a rookie.
Hey, man. Mike Evans had over 1,000 in his rookie season.
Who was throwing the ball? That was a long time ago.
What I'm telling you.
And they was losing.
What I'm telling you
Who
is He's been a 1,000-yard receiver every year in his career.
Yeah, but a lot of that comes when they get blown out. They get blown out.
But you saying that you can't say that when you talking about
And he's
when
a
you
deep
talking
threat.
about
He's a
other,
deep threat
wait a
runner.
second,
He's a
bro.
deep threat.
You can't say that when you talking about other receivers when you trying to hype these receivers
No, I'm not
up
hyping them up.
who had been losing.
I look at it like this, man. CeeDee Lamb, we watched him in college. He's fast. He's young. He can run all the routes. Amari Cooper, when he came into the draft, they said he was the Tim Duncan of route runners. Meaning he has when the play breaks down, he has a plethora of his own personal routes to get open. And if you watch Amari Cooper play, which he had a great game, but if you watch Amari Cooper play, he's great in sound with his routes and speed. So I really think he's pretty good with that.
Who you got winning?
I guess I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
All that, and then you go with the Chargers. Hey, man, you get on my nerves, man.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm trying to.
I can't. I want it to go. I want it to be 2-2. I really don't want to see either one of these teams win.
Skip Jones, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I don't want to see either one of these teams win, honestly.
Listen,
I don't want to see either one win.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well. I mean, and it ain't because I hate Dallas or something.
I hate Dallas.
But
I hate
I'm not
Dallas.
saying. No, I'm saying I do. But that's not why I'm picking them. I just think the Chargers are a better team.
I'm going with the home team. I guess that's the only reason why. I really don't want to see either team do good.
We got another big game. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be a big game because we don't know what this team's gonna look like. But we have the Tennessee Titans and the Seattle Seahawks.
Russell Wilson. It's hard to bet against Russell Wilson. I think he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And then you got the Titans looking to bounce back from that horrible loss. They really started off rough playing two NFC West teams. With this game right here, man, I think I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Russell Wilson. Go with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. You can't really bet against them, man. Russell Wilson's trying to, he's trying to stay in the race. With the Rams, the 49ers, and the Cardinals both winning, and the Seahawks still winning, I think Russell Wilson's going to keep them boys rolling.
I'm betting against them. I'm taking the Titans this week. I think the Titans bounce back. Like I said last week, they went against Arizona, who has a great defense. Seattle's defense isn't that great.
Yep.
I think that Derrick Henry gets going. I think Derrick Henry has one of them close to 200 yards type of games.
Yeah.
And I don't see those receivers not playing well again. I think the Tennessee Titans bounce back and they get a win.
They go into Seattle with the 12 man.
I think they do. And then I think all the week one talk goes away and people start looking at them as being contenders again.
I mean, I think they're still contenders. I just don't think they beat any teams in the NFC West. And that's okay.
That's just because you're biased. But
I'm just saying that's okay. It's okay.
All right, we
The
got
next game, which is also a big game. It's also a big game. Two good quarterbacks, two that people had in high regards as the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You got Patrick Mahomes going against Lamar Jackson.
I say one of them are.
I hope you're talking about Lamar.
No, I'm talking about Mahomes. I'm not saying that Lamar's bad.
Okay, what are you saying?
I'm not saying that he's bad.
Well, tell us what you're saying about Lamar.
I just don't think that he is.
This is not a Louisville bias, right?
No, it's not. It's not at all. I just don't think that he is as great as some people put him. I have him in my top 10.
Okay.
Quarterbacks playing right now.
So,
but I have him towards the tail end of my top 10.
Like what's the tail end? Like 5?
No.
Like 4?
Huh?
You saying tail end like at the bottom of the 10?
The tail end of my 10. I have him down like that around the 8 mark.
Ah man, that's tough. I don't know if it's 8 quarterbacks better than him in the NFL.
Who do you think wins this game?
I got the Chiefs winning this game, and that's only because the Ravens are really banged up, man. I mean, Lamar's on the island by himself, bro. I think Lamar's legit. I don't care if he can't throw the ball 300 yards. He's so dynamic. He knows he can catch, run, and a lot of people get open. I think he's legit. The problem is he don't have no help. They got the old running back core now. They got Adrian Peterson, Le'Veon Bell. They kind of hurt back here, man.
They picked up Latavius Murray. I like that one.
They got a lot of.
I like that one. But for me, I got the Chiefs as well.
Kelsey.
Man, listen.
Patty.
Baltimore they can't beat the Chiefs.
Can't beat the Chiefs.
We've seen it. for the last couple of years.
It's not a lot of teams that can beat the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are their nemesis, man. They cannot beat them.
I don't think there's too many people that can beat the Chiefs.
I think this game gets ugly.
You think it gets ugly?
I think it gets ugly.
I don't know.
I
mean,
think,
the Ravens are trying to bounce
ugly.
back from a Monday night loss, so I don't know how ugly it is.
I think it gets ugly.
Y'all let me know who y'all think's gonna win, man. And I don't like what he's saying about Lamar. You know.
All right, the only other game we're gonna talk about, man, and the only reason we're gonna talk about this one because it's a Monday night football game, and it's the Packers. After week 1, we gotta see what they're gonna do, and they're playing the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Monday night football. What you got?
You know what, man? After just thinking about it, man, I'm not betting on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he's going to show up. I don't know if he's doing this on purpose because he didn't get traded. I think I'm going with the Lions, man. Jared Goff, he's got something to play for. He's very motivated, as we see. He actually gave us a little scare in 3 minutes. I think everybody's just completely down and out on the Lions. I don't think either one of these teams is really making some noise right now, and I think the Packers have potential. I think the Lions is going to come out with a sense of urgency. They got something to prove because everybody's doubting them because of Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with the Lions.
All right. As much as this hurts me, I think the Packers bounce back. I think Aaron Rodgers has a big game, and I think they bust Detroit up.
I think Aaron Rodgers is overrated, man.
But I can tell you this.
Aaron Rodgers is overrated.
I can tell you this.
Aaron Rodgers is overrated.
I'm going to be rooting for the Detroit Lions because I can't stand that team that think they a bay, but they're not a bay because there's only one bay in football, and that's in Tampa.
Do you still think Aaron Rodgers is an elite quarterback in the NFL? Do you think he's top 5?
I think he's still top 5.
You know,
but Aaron Rodgers became a diva to me. Man.
He's a diva, man, and I think he's still good. A lot of people say he's the best dual threat quarterback in the league because he can throw and run.
Nah, I think that's Kyler Murray.
I think it's Kyler Murray. I think Jared Allen's better. I mean,
I like Jared.
How could you say Aaron Rodgers? Josh Allen. Everybody says Aaron Rodgers is a running quarterback. How will you consider him a running quarterback if he's never ran for more than 300 yards in any season of football?
Hey, man, guess what I want to do? I want to show you something on this what the what clip we have.
What the what?
All right, we on this what the what, man. Whew, this is gonna be crazy.
That's crazy, man. Russell Westbrook, Lil Nas X. Oh my God, man! I don't know what's wrong with these guys.
First, let's talk about Russell Westbrook first, man.
I don't know what's wrong with these guys, man.
Look at this, man.
He's got on a cardigan and a skirt. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at one point in time, man, everybody talked about Russell Westbrook's fashion sense, but I think he's going a little bit overboard. He's going way out the spectrum. Then I see him pictures of him with stars on his head. I mean, he's back in L.A. I think he's getting a little too comfortable, man. A little too comfortable.
This is what people look like after messing with Erykah Badu. I wonder if he's messed with Erykah Badu because that's what happens when you look at this, man.
I don't know, man. He's hanging with Kid Cudi a little too much, man. Him and Kid Cudi with these skirts and these dresses and cardigans and bells and whistles and glitter. I just don't know.
This guy gotta stop, man.
He needs to
first in the NFL, you got Cam Newton looking like an auntie, and then you got him looking like somebody's niece.
It's hard to trust a grown man who don't have facial hair. It's just one of my things. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry if guys don't have facial hair. If it ain't because you a policeman or a fireman, if you a guy that's voluntarily running around with no facial hair on your face, to me, you're suspect. It's just what it is, man.
Definitely. All right, now what about Lil Nas X?
Who?
This guy showed up to the VMAs.
Oh my God.
I think we had people in the crowd talking about that boy good because he looked like Randy Watson out there.
His curls look wet. He looks so wet but so dry. His curls was wet and dry. I don't know what's going on with him, man. So he's doing the most. He's doing way too much, man. Okay, we get it, man. We know that you're gay, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. We don't need to keep flaunting it. We don't need to keep seeing this, and you're going overboard. Now, first I see a picture of you pregnant, which is physically impossible. God didn't make us that way.
And he had
jugs.
The jugs.
He had
and
jugs.
Then he was pregnant.
He had jugs and pregnant.
Man, I seen this. Somebody said this, man, and I agreed, man. It said when Lil Nas X first hit the scene,
golly,
nobody knew that he was gay.
Nobody knew he was
like
there.
you.
He
It
was
was
a
like
cowboy.
you really couldn't see it, and then the song came out. It blew up and went crazy big, and then after that, he's been the gayest dude ever.
He's been
Like
flawed.
dead serious, man. Like it's okay to be gay. Like
It's okay.
like I have gay friends.
I have gay
like
friends. Gay
it's
family
all
members.
cool.
It's
Like
okay. I don't have
but
no problem with
when
it.
they go above and beyond to do this,
Yeah. I mean,
it's crazy to me. Like okay,
just be
man.
you,
Like
man.
we
Just
get
let
it.
everybody be you. You already put it out there, and for the people that don't know, let them figure it out.
We
Especially
get
if they
it.
didn't
Like
ask.
I seen so many videos and like stuff of him from back then, and he wasn't dressing like it's like. So why is
He's
he
making
doing
too
it
many
now?
statements, man.
Look at this, man. He's dressed as a man on the right side and a woman on the left
I don't
side.
know what's going on, man.
But then he got the Soul Glow. Ah man,
He's all over the place, man. And then he's got this Montero 666. I don't know what you got going on.
Look,
I
man.
can't figure it out.
This stuff disturbs me,
It
man.
disturbs me, man. Don't
Look,
go back on Sesame Street.
Can
Stay
we-
off of Sesame Street.
Can we get into
Go on
something?
another block.
Can we get into something positive?
Let's go on.
Can we
something
get into our giving back?
Let's go into the giving
I'm
back.
gonna let you take this away,
The
man.
giving back segment this week, man, goes to none other, a guy that I've been knowing forever since elementary, middle school. We used to work out together at Imani Church. My guy, Darryl Whitney, now senior, because he has a son, junior.
Damn.
Darryl Whitney, he's a lawyer, man. He started off working as a state prosecutor. Of course, a lot of people know. Learning the ins and outs. And now he has his own law firm. If you follow him, if you don't follow him, everybody go to his page, Darryl Whitney Sr., definitely follow him. He's always dropping a positive message across for everybody in the community. And he's also enlightened a lot of people on the laws and stuff that people don't know. Because when you get pulled over, if you don't know the laws, the police can really do what they want to. So you really need to see what he's got going on and see what he has to say in the messages that he's coming across, man.
All right, so for me, I don't know Daniel Whitley, so I just added him on Facebook today because we were talking about him and talking about doing this. So I was like, oh, let me see what this guy's about. So I added him, he added me back. So I started to check his page out, trying to do some research on the man.
Yeah.
And I ran across a post that really caught my attention, man.
He's a living testimony, man.
So the man, he wanted to be a lawyer so bad that he drove 831 miles
It's a lot.
to FAMU
All the way down to Florida.
to apply for law school there. And he got turned down. So he had to drive all the way back.
Drive all the way back, yeah.
Well, he was so determined that he drove down there. And now it's 1,662 miles round trip.
Whew,
He
that's a
went
lot.
down 4 times and got turned down 4 times.
That's a lot.
So, but he wasn't gonna stop because this is what he wanted.
That's what he wanted.
He bummed a ride from a friend. He gets there, he sits on some steps, and he told God, God, this is what I want. And he went back to apply again. The administration person
Yeah.
asked him, why do you keep coming back and applying? And you keep getting turned down, so why do you keep coming back? And he told him, this is what I
This is
want.
what I want.
Now, you know, he said that his grades and his test scores wasn't
high.
that great, so that's why they kept turning him down. Well, he went back again
That
because he didn't want to
determination.
give up,
Determination.
and he finally got accepted.
And now look where he's at.
And now this man
As a lawyer,
is doing big things.
he's a
for-
lawyer at community.
and he's really doing stuff for our community.
Yes.
I started scrolling through his page. He
Yeah.
gives so much positive
So
stuff.
much positive,
man.
a lot of giving back, man. Anybody who's trying to go in any law firm or even trying to go to the field, he's right there on it, man. And you could go to him and he's going to mentor you. He does a lot of mentoring the youth and the kids. He reaches out to a lot of people for help, and anytime that he's got anything going on, man, I'm very attentive, man, and I always stay in tune, especially with me moving away, just what's going on in the city, man. I definitely want to give a shout out to Daniel, because we don't see a lot of black lawyers in Lexington.
Right.
We don't see a lot of black people our people from the urban community that we grew up with actually go and really are fighting for us every day. It's one thing to fight for your rights and your cause, but he's in the courtrooms fighting every day for us, for our children, because people make mistakes, man, and he's right there on the gun line fighting in the courtroom the legal way, man. So I want to salute him for that, and everybody definitely need to give him his flowers, man. He's setting a good example, man. I went to school with him. His grades not being that great doesn't surprise me, because I was in school with him. He probably cheated off my papers a million times, looking over my shoulders in school.
That's why his grades was bad. But like I said, man, look, I don't know him personally, but Daniel, man, if you see this, man, look, I would like to meet you.
Yeah.
I would like to learn more about you and what you're doing for our community.
He's a good guy.
Man, for real, like.
Yeah,
you,
man. And of
you
course,
could even come to the show and sit down and talk sports with us.
And he's a sports fan.
So,
he's a sports fan, man. We used to work out. He's a sports fan. He can come and sit down, and I'll school him and you about the 49ers.
Lord.
I'll school y'all about the 49ers. I'll school y'all about LA, and we can do that, man. So, Dan, you know what it is, man. You got my
Daniel,
line.
you are welcome to our show.
Come to the show, man. Keep
Come
doing what you're
with us.
doing. Keep doing what you're doing and providing that positive energy, man. And we definitely giving you your flowers here at Spoken Minds, and we salute you.
Yeah,
BTG.
Salute you, King. All right, man. We always end the show.
That's right.
With the good old random rant. Now,
I'm gonna let you kick us off.
This week I get to get into one. In the words of you, that really grinds my gears.
I'm trying to tell you.
Man. We're going to talk this week about people who post spoilers of movies and TV shows on social media.
Give us a break.
It makes me so mad. Like, I might not have seen the episode.
I done people because of
I might not have seen the episode or the movie yet.
Wait.
And then they get on there and they say what happens at the end.
Come on, man.
All the stuff. Man, like, why do you have to do that? Like,
Every
just watch
time.
the show and enjoy it and keep it to yourself.
Come on, man.
Now, if you know somebody who's watched the show, call them and talk to them about the show. But you don't have to put it on social media to ruin it for all of us. Like,
they ruin Power.
man, that Power was the worst one. They used to do it all the time, man. Like,
Snowfall.
For real. People who do that used to pee in the bed. As an adult.
I'm telling you.
You get on my nerves.
We hate it. I infringe you. I don't like it.
And I bet they all Dallas Cowboy fans.
Probably. They gotta be Dallas Cowboy fans.
They gotta be.
Makes sense.
They gotta be.
They so upset and their feelings are so hurt from losing that they want to mess up everybody else's day.
Now, you know what? I'm going to take it back. I'm not even going to say Dallas Cowboy fans.
Louisville.
They are NFC East fans.
Louisville Cardinals and NFC East. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Every single team in the NFC East, they ain't got nothing to cheer for. They ain't got nothing to cheer for. The Eagles is done.
They're horrible.
Dallas is done. Washington, they ain't even got a logo. What are they? Washington what? Just the Washington football team?
The football team.
They ain't got nothing to cheer for. It's terrible over there, man.
Look, quit posting spoilers. For real.
Let us watch the show.
Please, let us enjoy our time.
You can't be so excited that you want to go to Facebook and tell everybody about it. Just stay off of it, man. Give us a second. Let us watch the show. Because you got an app and you get the show early and you done broke the code or something, let's wait till the show actually comes on TV. Let everybody watch it and we can chime in and talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about Power this week already.
And change your bed sheets.
Please,
all in
man.
the bed.
Please.
All right, man. Look, that's it for our show today. Again, please subscribe to our channel. Like, comment, and share. Man, for real, we appreciate y'all, man. Like, we love feedback, so please give us the feedback. And if you would like to be a guest on the show,
we love to have
hit one of us up, man.
Love to have us, man. And please tell us y'all's picks, because I'm definitely sold that this guy don't know what he's talking about. I'm sold that he don't know what he's talking about. Please don't let me be the only one that lets this guy know he don't know what he's talking about. So please let us know in the comments.
Jones, I think you took your number one spot back of saying the craziest stuff ever. You gained that back today.
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm just happy you didn't say nothing about the Bucks this week.
I left that alone because we play in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
They're horrible. There's no point to even talk about them.
Gotcha.
All right, well, look, till next week, man. We love y'all.
Spoken minds, we
Big
out, baby.
400.